Okay, then I'll be starting. Mm, I think we will have only 1 or 2 sessions with everything. So now we are in the next element of the marketing mix. That is the place. Right. We'll be starting from this. Alright. Right. So this is the third element in the marketing mix. We have already discussed 2 elements. One is the product, right? So I hope you can remember what we have discussed there. Hello. Right. Okay. The second element is the price. Again, we finished it last week. Then third element is the place, or we call this as the promotion. Sorry, distribution. We call this as the distribution, right? So this will be our whole discussion during this session. We have a small question to ask. So how the products or the goods that you consume or that you buy from your grocery store, from your boutique, so how do they come to those places? Any idea of how do they come to those places? Do they book away or do they come by us? How do they come? Supplied by agents. Yes, will be supplied by agencies. What else? Direct production. Sorry? Direct production of the supply. Yes. Direct production of the suppliers. Without agencies, the company might be directly distributing those products. Likewise, there may be different ways of how these products are coming to us. So that will be this place or the distribution is all about. So again, we have another question. Like apart from we may have different distribution methods. We may have these normal or these through agents, through dealers, or maybe through resellers, maybe through retailers, through different people. These distribution can take place, right? Even international distribution can take place, right? Likewise, the companies in modern day are using different kinds of distribution channels or distribution methods to distribute or to make their products available so that customers can purchase. Thanks to this distribution expertise, we have been able to consume the products manufactured by some of the giants in the industry. Let's say as an example, we go to a boutique in our village, or if we go to grocery outlet, we can buy a Coca-Cola bottle. But going to the Coca-Cola company is not something possible for us as consumers. So we get those Coca-Cola bottles in our boutique or in our grocery outlets thanks to this distribution. Right. So, but there will be some companies actually which are not using these intermediaries or which are not using these distributors. Maybe based on capabilities they have or based on the resources they have, they may be directly selling their products to the end consumers. That is why in some organizations we can make some online models so that they will be distributing their products through their delivery facilities. Right? So they are not using any intermediary or any distributor to sell to distribute their products. So as an organization, Why do we need intermediates? Intermediates are this distributor. Simple example, why do we need places like queues? If you don't have queues in the market, we may not be able to consume the products from Unilever because we cannot go to Unilever company and buy the soap, right? We need to buy the soap, we may be going to queues and buy what is things we want or what is available there. So for a company, why they need these intermediaries? Why? Why do they need intermediaries? Why is it important? Yes. Even some giants are depending on these intermediaries. Giants in the industry are depending on these intermediaries. Why do they need? Why can't they have their own distribution channel? Any idea?
It's not cost effective.
Yes, maybe having these intermediaries may be something cost effective, right? Due to various reasons, like these intermediaries, they're experts and they have enough resources and they know how to handle these customers and they know like where they can go and they know where they will have a huge demand. They know everything. So we being the main central point of manufacturing, sometimes we may not have an understanding of how our customer base is spread. Right? But this intermediaries they have, right? They know from they have been from village to village, they have been from boutique to boutique, and they know everything. So then using these distributors might be something useful, especially due to this cost efficiency and the expertise they have. Sometimes as comparing to we have manufacturing products, we may not have expertise, right? Or we may not have an understanding of then make it like screening it. Anything. Like I was explaining you, sometimes these giants also may not depend on these intermediaries, so that we cannot actually, or it may be sometimes difficult for us to go without these intermediaries in the market. So we have these marketing channels and value network for producing a product or service and making it available to buyers requires building relationships not only with customers but also with key suppliers and resellers in the company's supply chain. Right? So when it comes to a final production, when it comes to this production process, that is not something performed only by the particular company. Like there are so many parties whom we have to have some good relationships, maybe with our suppliers, right? Because they are the ones who are providing these raw materials. Unless we are getting quality or standardized or standard raw materials, we may not be able to produce the better output. Right? And I have come up with this a simple illustration. See, we need to have these raw materials. Maybe raw materials are supplied by our suppliers. We may not have direct access to raw materials. That is why we are heavily depending on some of the supply company, right? Unless they are providing their products on time, we may not be able to produce a good output. So we as the company may be only doing converting our products or converting our raw materials into final output, and after that we may be giving it to the distributors, and through distributors it may be going to these retailers or different players, and finally it comes to customers. Right? So even before production, this marketing process starts. I told you at the very first stage, this starts even before the product is produced. Right? So with all these players as a company, we should maintain a better or healthy relationship, right? Or else we should have good understanding among each other. Then only we can make the products available on time for customers. Right? Sometimes we may be getting quality output, and we may be getting quality inputs or quality raw materials, and we may be converting those into final outputs. But if our distributors are not supporting us, we may not be able to like make the products available for the customers to buy on time. Right? So to not happen those things, we should have a better understanding among each other. So this value delivery, this is something kind of a network, right? Composed of company suppliers, distributors, and ultimately customers who partner with each other to improve the performance of the entire system in delivering customer. Right? That is what I have been discussing so far. When it comes to this value delivery network, it is not only a process of the company. It is not the process, or it is not something which happens in the company. And but apart from that, we have many players like suppliers, distributors, and everyone in between, from these raw material supply to final purchase of the customers, is involved in this value delivery network. For any company, this is common. For any company, this is applicable. Right. It can be done. So in this value delivery network, we have two main players, right? We have two kinds of partners, I would say, upstream and downstream partners, right? Upstream and downstream partners. So upstream partners are the firms or the organizations which supply raw materials, components, parts, information, finance, and expertise needed to create the product process. So these players or these firms are involved in this value delivery network before a final product is manufactured. Right? If I take an example, let me go to the previous slide. Right, in this value delivery network, most probably the firms involved with this process before a product is manufactured. Right, this area is we normally call as the upstream partners. Right, so they are involved with this process before a final product is manufactured. And we have another kind of ones, that is the downstream partners. That is all about the firms which are involving with the marketing channels look toward the customer, right? So in the upstream partners, they are more towards connected to the company. They are more towards supporting, or they are more towards facilitating to make or is to produce the final output. But when it comes to the downstream partners, they are more towards look toward the customer, like distribution, communication, service, right? So if I take this one, hopefully this area might be belonging to this downstream partners, right? Downstream partners. So under this distribution session as well, we will be focusing on this downstream partners on, right? We will be focusing only on this downstream partners. We are not going to discuss about the upstream partners, right? For this session, we may not be discussing these upstream partners. We will be focusing only on these downstream partners. Okay, with all that, this is the definition which we can have for our place or for our distribution, right? Distribution is one of the 4 elements of the marketing mix, which I have explained, and this is the process of making a product or service available, right? Making a product or service available for the consumers or business users who needs, right? So to make the product and service available, this distribution works. Right? Unless we have the distribution, as I told you, we may not have the products to purchase in the market. Right? Unless we have this distribution, we may not have. Simple example, last week or the week before last, there was a huge queue created for this fuel consumption. Right? And suppose there was a going on that with distributors will be going for a strike or something. Right? So these distributors can do, or else can create many issues if they are not working or if they are not performing well in the market. Right? Though we import products, if the distribution does not happen properly, we may not get what we want from the supermarket. Right? And though we have thousands of price harvesting, if it is not distributed properly, we may not be able to purchase those things. Right? So this distribution is very much important thing to smoothly function the market. Right? So we have people something called distribution channel also. This is all about the set of interdependent organizations that help make a product or service available for use or consumption by the consumer or business users. That's like distribution is making the product or service available, right? Distribution. Then distribution channels means interdependent organizations involved in this products or service by process of making the products and service available. Distribution key and product and service are available currently. Distribution channel can be available in processing in the place. So I told you, if we as an organization, it is always something good to have these distributors, right? Unless we have these distributors, sometimes the company might have to bear a huge cost, especially for their main distribution function. Now, this simple illustration will explain you why this is important. Right? Let's say we have 3 manufacturers in the marketplace. Right? We have 3 manufacturers in the marketplace, and they need to go for these 3 customer groups. Right? They need to go for these 3 customer groups. So if this system, system does not have a distributor, right? If the circled one does not have a distributor, see the number of contacts or see the number of efforts that the companies have to undertake, right? So the manufacturer one have to go to customer group 1, 2, 3. Likewise, all these companies have to go to these 3 players separately. Altogether, simple calculation, 9 times they have to move, right? That is simple calculation. 9 times they have to move. These 3 companies have to go to 3 customer groups separately. But if we have a distributor, what we can do is we can just give up a product, or else we can inform our distributor, or we can release our products to distributor, and we can ask them to distribute those around the country. around this market. So altogether we have only 6 movements, and which is not a complex task again. As I told you, these distributors have the competencies and capabilities, they have the expertise, they know everything, or they may have sufficient resources, labors, right? They may have everything. So when we have such service, we as a company should not worry to go for our distribution, which might create complexities. Right? So that for an organization, having distributors can always generate benefits and it always add values. There are different or certain values, right? Or a certain benefits that these distributors are generating for the organization. Right? There are certain things. So they basically transform assortment of product into assortment of wanted by consumers. That is why the products manufactured by Unilever can be purchased from these kids. That is thanks to this distribution. Otherwise, we may not have iPhones in our hand, right? We may have to go to their companies to buy these iPhones. Right? Thanks to this distribution, we have those things in the market. And they bridge the major time, place, information, and possession gaps between manufacturer and the customer. So I will explain to you how they bridge these gaps. So these are some of the values that the channel members are adding for our. These are the values that channel members are like adding into this system. So we have information value, promotion value, contact, then matching, negotiation, physical distribution, financing, and display. These are some of the things which they do as distributors. Okay? Unless we have these distributors, our company itself or our organization itself might have to do our task. Right? Anything I will explain this one. So anything to this or anything you would like to add? What about like modern things we have when it comes to this distribution? Modern practices. Yes. One of latest updated things, modern practices, which they can very design to see when it comes to this distribution. Yes, any new thing that some of the companies are having or that some of the companies are using. Yes. Especially with the support of this technology or IoT integration, right, can be there. But IoT integration can be there. So they might be like giving customers to track. That is a simple example. So we can track where our product is. When we order something, we can know like when it will like when we will receive the product. Right? Where it is now, then everything is available with these modern practices, right? So we'll go to this value addition part. The first one is information value, right? Information value. So in the information value, so what these distributors are doing is they gather and distribute information about consumers, producers, and other actors and forces in the marketing environment needed for planning and aiding exchange. So these distributors can have so many information, right? These distributors can have so many information from the marketplace. Right? They may have thousands of contact points, right? They may have different networks to gather information so that they have a better understanding of what is happening in the market. Right? What is happening in the market? They know who the players are. They know what other companies are doing well. They know what customers are looking for. That every information might be captured by these distributors. So providing this information for the company is a significant value or is a significant benefit that the companies are doing. I will tell you a simple example. When it comes to the sales force, we have sales force, the sales representatives. They go for selling, they go for like promoting their products all over the country. That they normally go. And when they are going there, most probably they are going for 2 to 3 days, even for 1 week of visits, and they stay in a particular place. And they most probably have night outs, right? They stay at a restaurant or somewhere. That is their normal process. That is how they work. But even at your organizations, also if there are sales representatives, they may be claiming the expenses, they may be coming up with the bills, right? Or the expenses they have to bear in those night outs. Right? So that is a better place where the companies can utilize to gather information on what competitors are doing. That is mainly because all these sales representatives, though they are from different companies, they most probably stay at one place. They have some familiar places to stay, right? And they may have their dinner together, and they may have a drink or something at night, and that is their normal process. It has been like something which is commonly practiced by these sales representatives or our sales people. So that is going to be a better opportunity, or that is going to be a better situation for the companies to collect more information on what competitors are doing or how they are doing their operations. Because there are so many discussions are coming to play, right? People are and they have meetups and they have discussions on how they are doing and how their products are performing, right? So most probably it could be some informal discussions, but still it might generate so many informations which would be important for the organization. You understand like how it works? That is something which actually happens in the market, right? Especially collecting information from the salespeople. The salespeople, sales analysts, so we have a subject someone about the market in a company. So they have a huge area to cover. They will visit their customers. Right? So when they are visiting, they will samani night out later, now so they have some common places. Common places so they will know the now compared to the knowledge. They have familiar places, they will be the other house the good short and the they have the places. Those are like the places that they are looking for. So from those functions or from those informal gatherings, so many information might be coming to the organizations. So its organization or its company is a responsibility or duty to capitalize such opportunities or such situations so that they can gather more information. The next one is promotion. That is also something which these distributors are doing. When we have distributors, they are developing and spreading persuasive communications about them. Right? They may be promoting that if you buy these items, you will be getting additional discount. They will be doing it. Maybe a new order book. They will be promoting some of the customers. Right? Rather than the promotion that the organization is doing, these distributors also might be doing this promotion part. That's why when we go to grocery, the dalal or the people there are recommending us some of the brands or some of the products. Right? So we are, let's say we order, we need to buy a cement. Simple example, cement. Then the person in the hardware will recommend us. What is this? Don't they show us? They inform us that or they advise us to buy a particular brand, and they might be sharing the benefits for the good qualities which we can have, or the benefits we can have if we buy a certain brand. Right? Those things are done by these distributors, so these are intermediaries, right? Then contact So they are the ones who are finding and communicating with prospective buyers, that is simple. And the matching shaping offers to meet the buyer's needs, including activities such as manufacturing, grading, assembling, and packaging, right? And the negotiation, normally these distributors are coming to an agreement on price and other terms so that ownership or possession can be transferred uh, to set of interdependent organizations that help to make the product or service available for use or consumption by the consumer or business use. So these distributors come to an agreement with these groceries. They have, right, if you buy these items, you will be getting this much of time period to pay back. So those negotiations are something that they do. If you buy 12 items, 13th one you will be getting free. Right? So these sellers or these grocery outlets are getting these benefits from these distributors. And the physical distribution, that is obvious, right? So they are the ones who transport and store goods. So as a company, we are not the ones who are doing those. So that is done by these distributors. And financing, acquiring and using funds to cover the cost of the channel bill. So they are the ones who are collecting funds from these groceries. The Coca-Cola company is not coming to these boutiques in the village and collect the money. It is these agents or it is these dealers or these salespeople are the ones who are doing it. They might be collecting it and return it to the company through the proper channel they have. And the risk taking, assume the risk of carrying out the channel work. There is always something risk associated. Right? There's a huge risk there, and they need to make sure to distribute the production time with customers are demanding, right? Otherwise, customers will not be buying their products if it is not available at the right place at the right time. So, are you clear so far? So, anything that you would like to add for this one, for the discussion we had? Any other value that we can have of these distributors or from these intermediaries, other than what I have discussed so far? Yes. Anything that we can hear from you? The example from your age. This. How is it? Anything you would like to share? You're talking. It's anything you would like to add? Your experience, like anything new, something things. Are you like stressed with the test that we will be having? Don't worry about that. You'll be getting just 20 questions. Anyway, you are getting 4 answers, you are able to select the correct one. So that you don't want to skip any question, you can anyway try it. All the 20 questions. It matters only when it comes to marks. Right? But if you have given the writing option, there you have to write everything, then you will have no answers. Yeah, I have given you 4 answers. So you are able to select the correct one. But then don't worry about these exams. These are just evaluating you and in this process we need to have those. Otherwise, and you also don't try to learn only for the purpose of passing these exams. That is not something good. You will anyway pass these things. It doesn't mean that if you are not trying, you will be passing, right? You will try, but you will be passing. You try now, and if you work enough, you will be passing. What matters is learning or the better usage, or maybe when you are working, or when you are behaving as a customer, you should be able to use these things. Otherwise, no point of learning, especially you being adult students, you being adult learners. Not like these colleges, agents, students. They are teams actually. Like with these systems, they sometimes maybe like I would be talking about it, may not be practicing what we are learning, but you should be like trying to practice what you are learning. It could be accounting, management, finance, economics, marketing, anything. So that everything is related to our life, especially these management subjects. Right? We normally are consumers. Every day we consume, every day we buy products. Don't we buy products every day? Most probably every day we buy. Unless we can say something. Again, will be like in disease, we will be buying something like medicines. Most probably like we are spending our money. So we should be rational and we should be like knowledgeable enough to spend our money properly and to consume responsibly. Right, so that please use these things for your life as right. There is something additional that I discussed. So I am just going through this. Right. And the next one, that is the number of channel levels. Basically, the channel level means the layer of intermediaries that perform some work in bringing the product and its ownership process final mark. So from this intermediaries, there can be certain levels. Right? I told you we have different intermediaries, different types of distributors, right? Different types of people involved in this distribution process. There we have two things. One is the direct marketing channel, and the other one is the indirect marketing channel. So direct marketing channel means the marketing channel that has no intermediate. I told you there will be some companies which do not have intermediates, right? Like something like I would say the right? So we can directly order from them and they will be like distributed their products and they are not using any intermediate. The amount itself is manufacturing and they may be directly distributed their products from any other company which does so. The direct distribution. They are not using any intermediaries. Yes. Anything else? Any other campaign? Which was with this direct marketing channel. Yes. It's not. But yes, sometimes I using these OTP. They are also distributors. Anything else? How about something like this? I would say this will be exactly a machine with this one, but something like this hardware. Let's say this files the things. Or if it is Lanka tiles, the Lanka tiles itself is doing it. Maybe they have their own outlets. The Lanka tile is going to. Are you okay, Lanka? Interview. Sorry? Interview. Interview. Ah, okay. What's the position? What's the like? The position? Branch building. Branch building, okay. Where is it? Is there a open? Where is it? Out the okay. These are bad places. And you like to sit from Boston or something. Yes, it was there. So sad, right? I just a big discount. Okay, then we have the next one, that is indirect marketing channel, right? The marketing channel containing one or more intermediate levels. There may be some occasions, lot of occasions where we have so many intermediates. Like CPL, there are so many intermediaries, so many dealers, agents, so many things are there. So this is how these direct and indirect channels are working. So this is a direct one. We have the producer directly, then it directly goes to the consumer. Right? It directly goes to the consumer. But these are indirect. These two are indirect, and we have in between retailer, and here we have wholesale and retail. So different players could be in between this producer and the consumer, or its manufacturer and the customer. Right? We may have different parties. Right. So see we have time to go. All right, we'll finish this one. Right. So this we call it the flows in marketing channels, right? Or else how these marketing channels perform different tasks. Maybe I would say we have 5 different types of flows: the physical flow, typing flow, payment flow, information flow, and the promotion flow. Right? The first one is the physical flow. Unless we have these distributors, as I told you even at the beginning, the products produced by these manufacturers or the suppliers will not come to these customers, right? That is because of these intermediaries we get this. We have these transport warehouses, right? Different things, and we have dealers. So many transporters are there. So players are involving. So the products are physically flowing thanks to these intermediaries or the distributors, right? The next one is the title flow, right? Title flow. When the raw materials are with those raw material providers, that is owned by those raw material providers, right? So that is owned by raw material providers. And when it comes to suppliers, it is owned by. So when it comes to these manufacturers, it is owned by these manufacturers. Let's take this Coca-Cola bottle. So when it is manufactured, it is owned by this Coca-Cola company. So other than that, we have no owners for that simple Coca-Cola bottle. But once it comes to our hand through dealers or through these supermarkets, so it is going to own by ourselves. Or as customers, we will be owning those products. So that ownership transfers from different parties to different parties, or from one party to another due to this distribution. Right? The transformation of ownership. But then the payment flow, right? This is something which comes from the customer's end, right? It starts from customer's end. So once we buy the products, we may be giving money, right? Then it might be going to these dealers. So dealers might be giving monies to these manufacturers, right? That is this payment flow. And the information flow, this is something which happens to both ways, right? Information about products and services are being shared to these customers by these distributors. Also, about the customers' different behaviors, about the different customers' buying patterns, may be shared to the customers, may be shared to the manufacturers by these distributors, right? Information flow. And the next one, that is the promotion flow. The promotion flow. The products and services are promoted to these customers, as I told you, by these distributors. Here is the explanation. The physical flow, right, which I have discussed. The physical products move from producer to consumer through the marketing channels, right? That is basically done by these distributors. Then the next one, the title flow. Ownership of a product flows from producer to customer through the channels, right? The ownership of the products, it transfers from company to customer through these channels. Then the payment flow. Payment flow comes from consumer to producer through the channels again. right? Unless we have these channels, the companies may not be able to get the money from the customers. Then the information flow, marketing product related information passes from producers to consumers and information gathered from consumers passes to producers through the channels. Further information can be shared among intermediaries as well, right? Information, this is something which happens to both ways. Information from producer to customer and information from customer to producer. Everything is transferred by these channels or by these intermediaries. Then the next one, promotion flow, the marketing communications flow from producer or other intermediaries to consumers, right? So these are the flows which happens in the marketing channels. I'm waiting these technical people to come. They need to explain you about your marking and or something. So they are going to use the lens. So far, I think you signed it as in the sheet. In the other picture, the sheet is like that. They had informed me that they are going to do something different. We'll see till they come. I'll pay to win this one. So, channel design decisions and management decisions. This is all about how we are going to design these channels, right? These are not that much difficult, so I will be going through fast. So we have the channel design decisions. We have the four steps. The first one is analyzing consumer needs, then setting channel objectives, identifying major negatives, and evaluating the major negatives. Right. So through this process, we need to decide our channel design decisions. Or else we need to make the channel design decision or distribution decisions we need to make. So when it comes to this, the first one, the consumers may have different needs. Consumers may have different needs. Maybe customers' main focus is the fast delivery, right? So they may be looking for the fast delivery option. Sometimes the convenience, sometimes the payment facilities. Likewise, customers may have different needs or different focuses or different interests when they are going to buy a product or service. So we have to analyze or we need to know all those things, and as per the customer's requirements, we have to come up with a distribution solution. Right? If customers are very much concerned on the fast delivery, right, we should go for some quick delivery options, though that is something high price delivery. The customers would be okay to bear that one because they are very much concerned on the fast delivery. Momento de ellipse login. Mesela bir login. Money today and next to of clients. Possible there.
Oh, sir. Pasal kita bayar.
So if you are in attendance system, please focus on this and ask any question if you have. So I may not be able to provide answers to this. ATC.
Set තියෙන මේකේ වර්ඩ් එකේ picture
මම ලැප්ටොප් එකේ try කරලා අච්චර වෙන මුකුත් කරන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ හැමදාම දවස් එක හදලා තියෙනවා.
ඔව්.
කියන්නේ මොකක්ද කරන්නේ?
That's not fixed.
You understood what you need to do? Understood? So this is how your attendance is going to be marked. You will scan this QR code, then automatically your attendance will be marked. I can not attention in building to work.
Okay.
You can type yes, I will give you after the break. I hope that is done. So if anything, please ask them at the break, during the break. I will finish this soon and go for a break, otherwise we won't have time. Then analyzing consumer needs, I told you the customers may have different needs like fast delivery, convenience, like then different lot sizes, right? Then the next one, we need to assess or else we need to set the channel objectives as the second step in designing channel decisions. So marketers should state their channel objectives in terms of service output levels they want to provide and the actual cost and the support levels. It's like these intermediates also may have different objectives. And the BSAA is all about generating profits. But apart from that, let's say if it is to increase the customer base and if it is to acquire more distribution points, likewise they may have different objectives and such objectives also have to be analyzed when it comes to these distribution channels. And third one is selecting alternatives or evaluating these alternatives. When it comes to these alternatives, we have the two different types of alternatives. Where the first one is categorized under the types of it. The first one is categorized under the type of intermediaries, and the next one is the number of intermediaries. Right? We may have the different types of intermediaries like agents, distributors, dealers, right? And depending on their strengths and weaknesses, we may be going for the different intermediaries. And the next one is we have to select the number of intermediaries. There we have three different types: exclusive, selective, and the intensive distribution. Right? Exclusive distribution, selective distribution, and the intensive distribution. Right? So exclusive means severely limiting the number of intermediaries. It is appropriate when the producer wants to ensure more knowledgeable and dedicated efforts by the researchers. It's like making the products available only at a very limited basis. Right? There are some brands which do not go to all the outlets or maybe all the places. Right? I will take a simple example. Something like this. Tell me one branded watch that we are like what? Rolex, yes, Rolex watches. We'll see. Right, right. So are those available in all the places? So they are only available at their own outlet sometimes. So that is we call as the exclusive distribution. The products made available only at a limited place, right? Only at limited places. So when it comes to those exclusive distributions, the sales people should have a more knowledge. Because people who are coming to those flex outlets or maybe those places, they also may be somewhat knowledgeable about the products in the market, right? So in some cases, the salespeople also have to be very much knowledgeable about the product that they are selling. Any other example for this exclusive distribution? The products are made available only at very limited places.
Most of the premium.
Yes, exactly. Most of these premium products are following this exclusive distribution. Even perfume, some of the perfume brands may be coming under this exclusive distribution. Right? Then the next one is the selective distribution. It is about making the products available at more places compared to the exclusive distribution. Right? Compared to the exclusive distribution, when it comes to the selective one, they may be making their products available only. They may be making their products available at some more places. Right? Any example for those? Any example for the selective distribution? Yes, any example? Sorry? Medicines, sorry?
Pharmaceutical product.
But in all the pharmacies, they are available. I will give you an example, then you will think. How about something like, I would say these shirt brands, I would say this crocodile ones. So they are available at crocodile outlets and maybe in some cool brand places, in some fashion bulk places, and all those. And they are not selling their products at all these clothing outlets. They are only a selected places are used to sell their products. That is we call as a selective distribution. Right? Understood? The next one is the intensive distribution, that is like making the products available as many outlets as possible. Right? They try to make the products available all the places. Any example? Yes, Coca-Cola, whether that is a boutique, grocery, restaurant, seven-star hotel, wherever we go, we can see Coca-Cola. Right? Intensive distribution. So we have to select. That is again based on which kind of a product we are selling. If that is more towards a premium one, we most probably might have to go for this exclusive one, exclusive distribution. Because then only we can maintain the uniqueness, and we also know that that is not going to be bearable for everyone in the marketplace. It may be bearable only a few people in the market, only a few customers in the market. Right? With those things, we have to be careful when we are going for this number of intermediaries. Then finally, we need to evaluate those alternatives and select the best one that we can have. So when it comes to this evaluation, we might be using economic criteria, control criteria, and adaptive criteria, right? So to what extent we can control these intermediaries and how much they are flexible, right? And how much they are like economically like worth for the company, that everything has to be considered, right? So with that, we'll have a short break. The time is 9:35. You can come by 9:50, right? And we can have the test at 10. So it will start at 10 a.m. I hope you are familiar with these MCQs run through LMS, right? I will give you the password. Thereafter you can start, right? Please come by 9:50. Online people, please, I'm giving a break for this one. And we'll start the test at 9:50. Anyway, please be online by 9:50. I hope you can hear me. So using a mobile phone, you can do it. Right? You don't go to the one percent mobile against control. Uncle, we can see this as a point. Do this. Don't be that much serious. Don't be late. If you are going out, please don't be late. Right, okay, do we have any people? I think we have two people in common. We have seen. No reason to regularly, I know. Okay, it's not. Right, okay, even if online people cannot hear me, please let me know. So I am not going to like give you like instructions or anything. This is going to be an MCQ test, right? And you will be getting 20 questions. And I hope online people can hear me. Please respond me, please.
Hello,
Online
sir.
ones,
Yes, we
please.
can hear.
Okay.
We can
right.
hear you, sir.
Okay, then the test will start at 10 a.m. sharply. That is how it has been set. So please log into the LMS and will be finished by 10:45. You will have 45 minutes to complete all those 20 answers, all those 20 questions. And I will write the password in the board. And by 10 a.m. you can enter the password as the key and log into the test. Right? I hope everyone will do this one and wish you all the best. That's all. Anything to ask other than the question that I'm going to give you? Anything to ask? Where's your friend? Yes. That is why he came here. Yes, I forgot that. I could remember your friend was someone else. Anyone absent? One is absent. The one who was with you last week. Is she going online? Okay. How many people do we have online? No. We have 6 people online, right? 6 people joining online. Okay, fine. So so I will write the password in the screen so that online people also can see it, and you can do the test there. So if today you didn't go out for the break. Break is here. Take a pause. Break to the Malaysia. Sorry, you people are asking. I'm asking for the others. You are also. Are you? Right, I will write the password. Whatever. It says this is capital S. This is simple A, then simple B. This is 18, 18C, your batch, that is 18C, C capital, M capital, Q capital. So this will be the key to access the test. You may not be able to access it. You cannot access it. Get it? You cannot access it. Anyone who can access it? No? It's right. What's your name? What's your name? This time is over. 9. If it is not accessible at 10, please let me know. Don't worry, there is no calculation so that you don't want to have these cheats. Now I think it will be possible. Yes. And then we have the second one. Awesome. We are like classify next. You can you start at 10? No, it's not. I know what is out waiting. You need to type that one. S capital A B is equal 18 CMQ capital. Just let me know. Don't be fast, right? We have 45 minutes. Please go to the IT and please, can you log into the LMS? LMS login. So that is it and solve it. Please go to the file source. I cannot see the more time. Well, subjective is subjective. Is the second process BSAA This is your friend. What you can submit on second days. For you have become more time. That is a phone. Can read questions. Okay. You have 10 more minutes, I don't know. I will check it out. Otherwise, losing focus. Yes. Yeah. I hope even online people have completed the test. And I hope everyone has submitted, everyone has received the mark. So I will just be asking for the name. Of the name. Nice. So I hope online people also may have got marks. I don't think that was very much difficult and that was very easy. As we not to be that much serious for basic evaluation kind of things. So it does not mean that you are finding paper is much easier. Anyway, you will be not getting answers to select. You will have type your answers for the final paper. And I'll be getting your marks from the LMS so that I don't have a little bit forward. So I need to know one thing about your assignment now. How is it? We will have your presentation next week. So that is our last week. How is it progressing? I received a message. I don't know like who sent me a message about selection of the wedding. Sent me that they had asked whether the house and the one is it you?
No, how good.
Someone had sent me a message. Is the house an SME?
No, they select another.
So I hope others have selected SME. Is it okay? Are you working on? It's going. Have you got it or yet to select? Looks like yet to select. How about you? Selected. But I'm going to talk to them. So it's Is it? How do you like it? That's it. How do you say that? I don't any. Okay, then you are doing what is? Is it counting on the SAP? So that's fine. That's this and what is it? No, I don't think there is a it's kind of at a glance like at least an volume of the same. Like one thing. Yes, that's the right question. I don't think EFC is the same. Yeah, questions. It's a interesting something else. Yes. And so what is this session now? Is it 13th or 14th or 10th? This one is 13th or 14th one. Today's session is or anything. I just need to know that's why because I have one small part of problem that is about the
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes. Yes,
Sir,
yes.
we cannot hear your voice, sir.
Can you hear now?
Yeah, I can hear, but there is a sound around the class, I think. That's why we
I
cannot
think
properly
the
hear.
students outside the class are shouting and that is I don't know like
Okay,
how to
sir.
control it. We'll see. Okay. So can you please tell me the session number is the 13th or 14th one? This is 14th one. We will have only next week session. I should have said 30. I think this is 30.
It's a guide. Exam time.
Sorry.
Exam time.
Yeah.
Guide.
Oh.
Before the last time.
So I don't think so. This coming week will be the last week. Sorry. I just need to know the session number of this one. Because it's in 13th or 14th. I checked in the LMS, I could not understand. By going through the LMS, I could not count. This is your 14th week. I need to know how many sessions I have conducted for you. I don't think I forgot to more than 11. Just as my reporting, this is 31. Can't we see it from the attendance sheet? I don't know. Looks like this is 13 one. I don't know. Please sign. It should sign here. Okay, anyway, I will let you know. I miss if this is 31. Next week we will have another one session and presentation session. Which means we will have two sessions. If this is the 13th one, I'm not sure. I need to verify go into this institute and I need to know it exactly. Right. Anyway, I will let you know everything. And please work on the assignment, and everyone please bring your presentation in the paper drive so that we can use it. And please be ready for your presentation, and please follow the guidelines as well I have given you. I hope online people also can hear me. Right, when it comes to your presentation, please follow all the guidelines I have given you, right? And please focus on that. And I don't want that much of introduction about the campaign. Please do not take 10 minutes out of 20 minutes to introduce about the campaign you have selected for the organization you have selected. Just spend 1 or 2 minutes maximum to explain about the assembly you have selected. What I mostly need is understanding what they are doing as their marketing practices, and coming up with suggestions or recommendations for them to improve their marketing practices. Right? That is what I need. Maybe you will be able to discuss more things. Let's say, even you can get support of these online materials or anything from this internet, like to support your ideas or to support the practices that you are selected as SAP can do. That is what I'm expecting, and that is what I want, not just an explanation of the organization. Right? It's focused on more towards the marketing practices and the suggestions and the recommendations that you can give for the for your company. Another one from the institute, I was informed that some of the handouts I haven't uploaded. Anything like any handout that I haven't uploaded? Somebody had sent a message, and I was the message was forwarded to me. Except today's one, any handout that I haven't uploaded to the LMS?
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
Yes. Yes.
So handout is there, but the video lesson are not there, sir. From 22nd February.
Actually, video lessons I cannot upload. Please inform me to the institute. They will be uploading it. Because I do not have the access for these videos. That everything is with the institute. So this your university SAP campus. So please inform for the relevant people, and I will also look into that. Right? Thank you. So any handout that I have uploaded? No, I think I have uploaded everything.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, I can hear.
Sir, quiz exam is does not display sir marks. Any issue like that thinking?
You did not get marks.
Not display my marks in dashboard.
Which means once you submitted, you did not get marks. Is it?
Not automatically. It is submitted. Time
Yes,
hours
when
and
the
automatically
when the time is up, it automatically gets submitted.
submitted. All are saved, but not display in my marks in dashboard.
That's why the marks should be there. I will check
Can
and
you-
let you know.
Okay, sir.
Now I will check by next week and let you know if it is not there.
Okay, so my number, register number, you have to
It's
talk
better
with
if you
you.
drop me a message or something.
Okay, sir.
WhatsApp
I will
message
put
would
my
work. Yes. the
Okay,
WhatsApp
sir.
message.
I will send it. Okay, sir.
Okay, then with that we will wind up today's session, right? So I will let you know how the things are going to happen this week. Anyway, you will have your presentation, and most probably you will have one more session, since we have to cover this one, and we have a small session about the promotion or the communication programs, which comes under this topics, the last element you get to this. Okay, with that, thank you, and we will finish the session.